Hi guys, and welcome to episode 6 here on Raven's Haven. As some of you may or may not know, last summer I went to Germany with my boyfriend, his mom, his grandmother, and we met up with his aunt over there. Once we arrived, there were two things that we noticed that there were a lot of, and those were pigeons and bees. So the pigeons were kind of like whatever, you know, they don't really care about anything, they're just kind of there. But the bees kind of became a problem. So today's story is going to be about the time that we encountered killer bees in Germany. And I'm hardly exaggerating when I say killer bees, I swear, because we later found out that they're carnivorous, and that's a pretty terrifying fact. So stay tuned because I have video footage of carnivorous bees or wasps or whatever. So I don't know exactly if they're bees or wasps. So for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna refer to them as bees because I don't really know any better and I don't really care enough to find out. So I was taught that when a bee comes around you, you just stay still and he'll leave you alone. So basically, if you don't bother him, he won't bother you. That's the attitude I was always brought up with in regards to bees and wasps and bugs that will sting you. So this has worked for me. In my 20 years of living, I have never been stung by a bee before, and I thought it was a pretty foolproof method. But everybody's different in the way that they handle the presence of bugs. So my boyfriend and his whole family, I think they have a deeper fear of bees than I do. They're the kind of people that like swat at it and they're like running away, making a scene, making him angry. And after I witnessed this, I'm like, oh my god, I can't hang around you while there are bees around because you're just gonna make it angry and I'm gonna stand here and it's gonna come and attack me because you bothered him, you know? There were just so many bees and they were everywhere. Every time we had a meal outdoors, there were bees in our food. Every time we went to the park or every time we were just outdoors, there were bees around us. So one time we passed by like a fresh bread stand outside and they had like bread and pretzels and baked goods and all the bread was like behind a glass. But under the glass, there were all these bees. They were everywhere. It's like disgusting. It's gross. It's not cute. One day we were at a park. It was really nice. It was really pretty. And we were out sitting by the water and they had like a little bar cafe. So my boyfriend and I went and got some drinks and we sat by the water. I had a nice orange drink and I took the bottle and I put it to my lips, but then out of nowhere a bee came and it was like trying to eat the residue or whatever from the drink off of my lips. So literally I'm sitting there and a bee comes and sits on my lips and I was like, So finally this one made me a little bit uncomfortable, so I like spat and I ran away because that one was pretty gross. That was probably where my issue with bees really began. That was just too much. It was literally sitting on my lips. Like, ugh, gross. And then we went to Berlin, which was super cool. We had a lot of fun there, but we had kind of a breakfast dining horror story occur. So we went to this beautiful outdoor garden. I'll insert a picture here of what our table looked like. It looked so pretty. We were in like a semi-open gazebo type thing with glass ceilings and it was so pretty. The food was really good. It was really, really nice. But the whole time that we're sitting there, there's like a couple bees flying through. Bzz, bzz. Now there's just a ton of bees and they're just around our table for some reason. Maybe they sensed that we were foreigners or something. I don't know. So first they're like around our bread a little bit, which is annoying, but we can live with it. And then they're like walking in our plates, in my plates only actually. So me, being the little piggy I am, I ordered a meat platter and waffles with fruit sauce or something. So I'm alternating between my two plates and like while I'm eating my meat platter, they're in my fruit sauce, and while I'm trying to eat my waffles, they're eating my meat. And there was like a cherry tomato. One of them was cruising into the cherry tomato, which I wasn't gonna eat anyway, so I'm like, okay, I guess you can have it. And then some of them were like trying to swim in my fruit sauce, which was really not fun because I don't really want to eat something now that a bee has like swam through it, you know? Next thing I know, they're all over my meat and cheese platter. There was a variety of meats, and at first they were kind of touching the ones that were less appealing to me, so I thought, okay, I guess you can have those ones too. So this is where we discovered that the bees are carnivorous, which again is terrifying. That is so like discomforting. At some point his aunt decides to tell the waitress that like this is a problem. We can't enjoy our meals because look at how uncomfortable we are with all the bees around us. And she goes, oh, well, you know, it's plum season. Are you kidding me? It's plum season? I told the waitress, like, this is really a problem now. I can't eat this. And the bees are in my food. She's witnessing it. She sees it. And the bee picks up a piece of my food and flies away with it. And I'm like, there's my food. I can't eat that.
But I'm sorry for Raven because she has not been able to eat any of her meat. We have to eat it quick. But look, he's back on the meat again. Even though you gave him a bread. Oh my gosh, she's running in the tomato now, drinking. They like to eat. You know, if you call them from every other table, it's not really. Yeah. That's right. Look, he goes into the table and drink and take the juice.
For some reason, there's a few on this table.
Yeah. Because that's what you're going to put down on the meat.
That's really what you
No, Raven have a real bad problem here.
And the waitress goes, well, you know, it's an outdoor garden. No, we deserve some sort of compensation at least because we had a terrible experience. We couldn't eat, like it was just uncomfortable the whole time. So the manager comes, and even the manager, she's like, well, it's plum season. You should really get like a screen or something so that it's not a problem like this, you know? Throughout the rest of our trip, the same thing was happening, that they were all freaking out about these bees, and I was just standing there going, I swear to God, if I get stung by a bee, it's gonna be because you guys are angering it, and it's gonna attack me because I'm just innocently standing there and not offending him. So finally our vacation ended and nobody got stung, surprisingly enough. We were just infested, I guess, by bees. So I headed off to Winnipeg, where I joined the circus, which if you haven't heard that story is episode 1, and I'll link it down below because it's worth checking out. Maybe I'm just biased, I don't know. And one day I was outside, I was walking, and I went to open my water bottle and a friggin' bee popped up out of literally nowhere and stung my finger. And I was so mad. I was just standing there by myself and a bee stung my finger. Are you kidding me? This whole time I vouched for the bees, I was on their side, and they turn around and sting me. I'm done with bees. It's over. My like buddy-buddy relationship with them, it is so done. I feel utterly betrayed and it's not cool. So pretty much that was my encounter with the carnivorous killer bees, and the story of how I eventually got stung, which is so not fair and makes no sense and I'm really mad about to this day. But whatever. I will see you guys next week for episode 7, and until then you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, or you can like, or you can subscribe because those things make me happy.